Welcome to PDAC 2023. My name is Julian DeRosier from the IIF. I am joined today by John Wilton from BeMetals. John, hi, how are you doing?
Hi, great, thanks.
John, so first of all, I introduced your name, but still, please introduce yourself, your position, and company you're representing.
Sure, I'm President and CEO of BeMetals. We're a TSXV-based junior exploration company, currently exploring really exciting gold epithermal projects in Japan and extensions of the Zambian copper belt in southern Africa.
Okay, but hold on, did I hear Japan?
Japan.
So there's gold in Japan, first of all.
There's a lot of gold. A lot of gold in Japan.
This is good to hear. And so, can you tell us a bit about the state of gold exploration in general in Japan, and are there any producing mines or so on?
Sure. I mean, one of the big drivers of the exploration in Japan is the Hishikari gold mine, which is in production with Sumitomo Metals and Mining. That mine's been in production since the mid-80s and commonly referred to as the world's highest grade gold mine, with grades anywhere between 30 and 40 grams per ton gold.
Okay, well, for everyone who didn't know about it, this is a very interesting story for sure. And then where are you located specifically with your project in Japan?
Yeah, we have 5 projects, 3 up in the north on Hokkaido, 2 down at Kyushu near the Hishikari mine. We're exploring at the moment on the Kato project up in northern Hokkaido.
Okay, so 5 different projects located in different parts of Japan. And you just said, so which one is your most advanced again, and which one are you working at right now?
Yeah, the one we've been drilling last year is the Kato property. We got in on the ground again there just 3 or 4 weeks ago, did some snow plowing, got some access created, and we're drilling again with 1 rig. And we're in the process of sending a second rig out to Japan to accelerate that drilling process.
Okay, so usually when we hear companies saying they're sending a second drill, it's because they're pretty excited about what they saw on the first drill. Do you have any public result yet or not yet?
Yeah, we put out some results at the end of last year. We're drilling some really interesting intersections at good grades. Still relatively early days on drilling the Kato project in terms of the number of holes we would need. But that's why we want to accelerate the drilling now. We're seeing what we get excited about geologically with some really interesting textures in the vein material, which generally indicate higher grades.
Well, this is, again, very, very good to hear. But do you have a resource on any of those projects right now or not yet? Not yet.
Still a bit early. We would hope to get maybe some at least internal scoping numbers out on the Kato project towards the end of this year.
Okay. And then if we move to your second asset, you said you had some project in Africa also. Can you tell us where it is, which state of development, and so on?
Yeah, sure. So we're exploring in the northwestern part of Zambia, looking for extensions of the prolific Zambian copper belt. Well, there are many what would be today tier 1 copper discoveries. First Quantum has 2 operating mines well known in Zambia, Kanstanchi and Sentinel. A number of other major companies exploring in Zambia looking for these large high-grade sediment-hosted copper deposits.
And what type of work have you done yet? Are you at geophysics level? Are you at drilling stage? What exactly?
So we've already done several phases of what we call shallow air core drilling to explore through the shallow sand cover on that property. So we're looking for concealed deposits. And then we followed up with core drilling, and we are seeing bedrock, what we call chalcopyrite mineralization, which is a very common copper sulfide.
Absolutely. Well, this is I guess you guys were very excited when you got that news. But then what does it need for the near future as of milestone for this property?
Yeah, it needs another phase, or maybe several phases of exploration, focusing in on that covered exploration targets underneath the sand cover to get what we would really call an all-grade intersection, and then we would be in a position to start drilling out that resource potential.
Well, this is good to hear. What's your cash position right now? How strong are you financially? And maybe tell us a bit more about which umbrella are you part of, because BeMetals is a bit bigger than itself, as I may say. So if you can explain the viewers a bit more about the story behind.
Sure. One of our advantages is that we have a strategic investment from B2 Gold, which is a 1 million ounce gold producer, who are very strong technically and financially. They like the work that we've been doing on both these projects. So they've been good supporters for BeMetals. And at this point, we have about $4 million in the bank, so we're sort of funded at least until mid-year this year. Then we will be looking for ways to restock our treasury at that point.
Well, this is an exciting stories with two different projects, both in Japan, both in Africa. Copper on one side, pure gold on the other side.
That's right.
Well, this is great. So if anyone wants to know more about your story, follow up, get into your newsletter and so on, how can they do that?
Sure, they can reach out to myself or Derek Iwanaka, or investor relations, through the website and make contact with us.
Well, this is great. So, John, thank you very much for your time. I invite everyone that just viewed the video to just go on the website, put up your information, get in touch with them, get in touch with the project, especially exciting project in Japan, which is not something we hear every day. And I wish you best of luck for the next year.
Great. Thanks very much. Look forward to updating you next year.
Great.